To all of you, even though you know him, one of your own, as our first GEO speaker from GIHS. Fredric. Woo.
Something like that.
Difficulty with that last thing. I'm very excited too because when I first came to this school, I only knew one student, and that was Fredric. And he was an outstanding student last year for me, and he is an outstanding student this year as well. And he will be speaking to you, but he also has help from many of his friends who are supporting him here today. Fredric.
Okay. You automatically fail whenever you stop trying. At first, I thought this was my own quote until I found out someone else said it before me. In this informative speech, I will be informing you about success and failure. The following information is derived from knowledge that I either possess from memory or instinctually, plus a list of 100 ACT words. What is success? And what does it really mean to be successful? And what are some fallbacks? Since the beginning, mankind strived for success, and most lost hope when they stood at the edge of finding success. In fact, not only mankind, but other animals try to be successful in their field of living. Success. What is success? In my terms, success is when one achieves. When people get what they've been working for. That could be a good job or a solved problem in life. Example, ever since one was young, they wanted to be a doctor. Later on, they worked hard and became a doctor. Success is when people find a way of living a happy life. That could be finding out your mission on earth. An example of this is with the person that has a religious point of view. They could pray in hoping of finding out why they came to this earth. How to achieve success. There are various ways one can achieve success. One way is by being a diligent or an assiduous person. Hard work is one of the major keys to success. And being dedicated is the other one. To achieve true success, you must love what you do. If a person is successful, that doesn't mean they are living the happy life they wanted. In most cases, people grow up and look for jobs that pay a lot, thinking it's going to buy them happiness. Later on, they realize that they were wrong, and some try to follow their dreams afterwards. For an example, a kid works hard with 7 months left in his senior year, finds a good college where he studies engineering because he heard he makes good money. Later on, him and his family, they're living a wonderful lifestyle. Then he realizes he can't be an engineer forever. So he steps down to from engineering and starts doing what he always wanted to do, which is make art. For doctors, it's the love of helping others that keep them going. To be successful, you should find someone to encourage you to stay strong on your path of finding success. Example, if you have kids or parents, even someone that you really care about, you should stay strong for them, especially if you're their only hope of a better life in this cruel world. Aftermath of success. In whichever field one decides to be successful in, one finds happiness in that achieving. Unless one is trapped under dogma, which is the law that limits one from achieving success by telling them what they can and cannot do. Don't be pretentious just because you find what you wanted. With success, being self-centered most likely won't get you anywhere. Being self-centered won't get you close to any benevolent people. After success, whether you did it for adulation, jubilation, opulence, prosperity, or even pretentious reasons, it sure leaves you satisfied to know that you have finished working on one part of your life. Failure. What is failure? Failure is when one receives results less than what they wanted. when they aren't satisfied with the results. There are two types of failures, long-term and short-term. Long-term failure is failure that affects almost your whole entire life. An example of this would be like trying to get a degree. One gets out of high school with low grades. They decide they want to go to college, so they get a government loan. In the middle of the school year, they decide that college isn't for them, so they drop out. At the end, they still have to pay off that college loan, plus find a way to make a living while doing it. Short-term failure. Anything to something that won't matter later on in life, like a test. Even though tests are set to measure your success rate, it isn't always right. How to fail. One way you can achieve failure is to lose sight of what makes you you. You need to stay true to yourself and what you believe in. Don't push away the people that love you and try to help you. You have probably heard this before. You become the people you hang around. Even though this is true, it isn't 100%, because sometimes in your group of friends, you could be the decision maker. If you're just a follower in your group of friends, make sure you're not following the wrong footsteps. In most cases, you don't realize this, but you're your own antagonist. Before achieving, one must believe they can achieve. You become your own enemy once you start doubting yourself. Sure, there will be voices that tell you you can't do this and you can't do that, but it's your decision whether you listen to them or not. Once you think about it, it's like an internal conflict, man versus self. Aftermath of failure. Depending on what you fail at, the end leaves you unsatisfied. When one is not happy, they tend to affect people around them, causing them to be unhappy as well. To a point, failure can ruin your whole entire life, especially if it's long term. For example, you fail to pay your bills, so you're kicked out of your home and you become homeless. On the other hand, failure doesn't leave you all messed up. In fact, failing at first try can give you a greater advantage over that person that got lucky and passed the first try. This is where being tenacious plays a role. Once you get hit hard, you better get back up and counterattack even harder, or else what was the point of getting up in the first place? In other words, once you fail, you know the game. You are no longer a novice, but instead you are experienced. And sometimes experience beats talent and luck. The following quotes are of success and perseverance. All of these quotes were brought to life by people that were famous or later on became famous. One of my personal favorites. If you can't fly, then run. If you can't run, then walk. If you can't walk, then crawl. But whatever you do, you have to keep moving forward. I have not failed. I've just learned 10,000 ways that won't work. Thomas Edison. There is no elevator to success. You have to take the stairs. Zig Ziglar. Success without happiness is the worst type of failure. Tony Robbins. Success is not the key to happiness. Happiness is the key to success. As long as you love what you do, you're successful. Albert Schweitzer. In conclusion, the roadway to success can be bumpy, but giving up isn't the way of doing things. Especially not knowing how close you are to finding success. Today, I encourage you to strive for success and to not let anyone tell you that you're less because everyone is equal. Even though some people are given a head start to success, your limitation should be your motivation. And for the people that constantly tell you that you can't do something, make it your life's goal to prove them wrong and do more than what they said you couldn't do. You truly fail when you give up, but when you use what you learned to better yourself, you have a better second chance. Like Thomas Edison said, once the first and second way doesn't work, you have a few until you get the right one. People try to be successful for many reasons, but at the end, if you're unhappy, in my opinion, I think you've wasted your time. For I know that we are human, that deem us imperfect. I strongly recommend you at least try to be perfect. If you have no one to do it for yourself. Because every positive change starts with you. Thank you.
Did you ever give up on something? If you do, what was the most difficult thing that you give up for?
Something I gave up on. Like what kind of thing?
Like, what was the most difficult thing that you give up?
So have I ever gave up? Yeah, I've given up before. There's many things I've given up on.
So what was the most difficult thing that you give up for?
I kind of don't remember, but I can give you an easy one, like an example. Like I like to draw a lot. Like sometimes I give up. Like whenever it's not connecting, whenever it doesn't like make sense, that's like when I gave up. Any other? Okay.
What would you like to do when you grow up?
Well, I would like to be an architect, but I might get a degree in art too as well, because I'm gonna like continue doing art while doing a different thing.
This is Scarlett. She wants to ask a question. What do you recommend to someone who wants to be successful?
Basically, like, don't give up. Like, find people like that know stuff to help you out. You can like do it by yourself if you like look at sources like online and stuff. But if you know people like the teachers and all that, they can like actually help you. Like you can do it by yourself. Okay.
This is Maya. He wants to ask a question.
What made you want to write this speech?
Well, I wrote this speech because it's an important message, and I feel like the world needs to hear about it.
This is Sarah. She wants to ask a question. Hey, what do you love about your drawing, and what are you going to do with it?
When I draw, like I see a different world. Like I see a perspective that no like other people see. Well, unless they draw like me. But I see things like I never saw before. Like when I look at a face while drawing it, I can like notice different features that I like never saw before. And I would like to like progress and like keep getting better.
So in the future, what's your plan for your art?
Like I want to like get better. I might like, I don't know yet. I'm gonna just get better. Probably sell them.
Fredric, you talk a lot about leadership and success, and I think many people would consider you to have leadership in this school. What has inspired you to be a leader at GIHS?
When I see things like, when I see like people with problems, like things that need to be taken care of, and like people that can't help themselves, I feel like standing up and like helping them.
Do you were nervous when you were doing the speech?
Yeah, this is my first time doing a speech in front of this much people.
How long have you been practicing?
I think it's like 2 days.
What did you ask?
How long I practiced it for?
Like you wrote the speech and not the right?
Something like, yeah, but I never read it. I just,
Practicing an hour.
yeah.
You did an awesome job.
Yeah, you're scaring me.
We have a few more things to say about Fredric and then a little announcement too. When Fredric used some of the words from his ACT list, we were so proud, such as diligent, assiduous, tenacious, benevolent. These all describe Fredric. And he did just a beautiful job, and I'm so proud of him today. And Fredric does do what he loves, and he works very hard at it. And that is why he is so successful. And we really appreciate his message. And he is a leader in this school. And one of the leadership things that he does, he has done with other students.